kind of the way maybe you expect it to go when you're playing against a veteran team that returned everybody from the previous year. So, you know, we've got our work cut out for us this year, and we're going to work and get better, and you know, and see how it goes. I think we got a chance to be very much improved before this year's over with, and that's what we're shooting for right now.
And just to throw that out, Gamecock fans watching this, 10 of the 11 starters on the offensive side of the ball Friday night were underclassmen, and 9 of the 11 starters on the defensive side of the ball were underclassmen. And you and I have said it, and sometimes I fear that when you say it, or if I write it, which I did, this is almost in some ways a JV team, and it's not putting anybody down.
No,
it's on the field. It's just when you put the grade levels up, and you go to Effingham County and look, or you go to Burke County and look, those grade levels are on the JV at those schools.
Yeah, and most years we've been here, they would have been. And I told our kids earlier in the week, and I was like, you know, I want you to think, you know, if all you guys were just a JV team, all our freshmen and sophomores, it'd be
a kick-tail team.
It'd be an unbelievable JV team. And it sounds like we're making excuses. We're not. I mean, I told last week we were having a bad practice, and I stopped practice, and I said, if you're a senior, you played all 4 years, stand up. And one kid stood up.
So Corey Grant.
So you know, that situation is what it is, you know, and what we got to do is try to get better. I mean, I told myself, look, we're going to be great next year and the year after, in spite of you or in spite of us. I mean, we're going to get stronger and better, and I think we've got a chance to make a run here in a couple of years. It's just getting through this time the right way, you know, and handling adversity the right way. You know, football is a microcosm of life. I mean, you know, it displays character and it shows character, and I think it builds character, and things that we're going to face in life are, you know, we're going to be able to use this adversity to go through, because it does mean a lot to a lot of these guys, and some that maybe it doesn't mean as much as it should. Those are guys maybe we don't even have on the field, and you know, what we've got to do is try to make it tough in practice. And practice is another thing, and everybody's, well, it's been difficult, and everybody's in a similar situation, I think. It's just when you've got an extremely young team and you're trying to improve, it's hard. And when you can't put a helmet on, you know, even if you can get outside and it's for an hour with no helmet. And I think we added up. I think we had 3 or 4 practices in shoulder pads in a 3-week period because of heat, lightning, and different things that affected that. But like I said, what you do is you don't make excuses, you don't complain, you do the best you can with the situation you have, and certainly that's what we're trying to do. And you know, I was very disappointed in some of the effort with some of our guys Friday night, but I was extremely pleased with a lot of it, and there were good things. I mean, you know, it's a 7-6 game, you know, middle of the second quarter, and we had some breakdowns. It's just not making a play, you know. I mean, we've got guys to make tackles, and we didn't in position. They were in position, and we didn't make tackles, and that's on us because we haven't tackled. I mean, we haven't been in a situation where we could tackle. You can't really do a whole lot of tackling when you don't have pads on. So those things we've got to work through. I think hopefully we'll be improved this week. You know, right now we're trying to improve every week before we get to region play, and that's the most important thing. And we're not going to sacrifice what we do or going to try to do then now. I mean, we've got to build it the right way. It might get worse before it gets better. I hope not, but I mean that you always run that risk when you're going through something like this, and it is what it is, and we've got to adapt and work. There's no magic pill. There's no magic play. I know
you can't make them grow up.
Well, you can't run a play if you can't block or if you're not blocking right. I mean, it's just you can't stop somebody if you're not tackling. So those things, the basics, is what we've got to work on, and We didn't want, we had some more in the plan, but we never got to it because we couldn't do the basics, and we've got to get where we can do those.
I say, in my column this week I mentioned, and I'm sure you've heard it more than me, that some of your greatest improvement is from week 1 to week 2. Well, Bacon County was in week 2 and we were in week 1. So they had that week's improvement that we didn't have.
Well, that situation is what it was. We watched Westside film, and the improvements they've made from their scrimmage to their second game is remarkable. And I'm hoping we'll have a chance to get some of that momentum and improve. There's a lot of teams now that have had 2 scrimmages and 2 games, and it'll all that stuff will even out in the wash, and all we can do is control what we can control. We can't control the hurricane, we can't control the heat, we can't control the lightning. So there's no need to worry about it. All we can do is worry about things we can control, and that's trying to improve in some way every day. And we had a good day Monday, and hopefully we can build on that and keep improving.
And even Monday got cut short.
Well, we came in. We had to come in Monday for 40 minutes or so, and then we were able to get back out and finish. We were limited to shorts and shoulder pads because of the heat index, but we were able to get in a good practice. We went out a little later because we watched film and try to correct some mistakes. But a lot of our mistakes are things that we've been trying to do since last May, and it's just doing them against somebody else, and that's what we've got to do.
Well, let's shift gears a little bit. West Side, we're going there. Big stadium, got new turf there for our youngest kids. That'll be the first time they played on it, probably.
Well, a lot of them played at Effingham and the scrimmage, and they had turf.
I forgot. Yeah,
that's all right.
I'm old.
No, I'm old too. But West Side, it's an hour travel, a little over an hour, and doesn't seem like a lot, but for our young kids, that's the first time that'll be the furthest they've ever been, unless they went to Toombs County in middle school. But Westside is a veteran team. They returned their entire team from last year. We went against them twice in 2 straight days in July in a paddy camp, and it wasn't pretty. They're really big and physical. They're probably a little bit bigger, better version of Bacon County that we saw last Friday night. So we definitely got our hands full. Westside, probably should have beat Aquinas. I mean, they lost 14-12 and missed a 2-point conversion at the end of the game to tie it up, and but really controlled that game, the entire game.
They had the ball a lot.
Yeah, and they're going to do that. Their quarterback's out. I think they kind of found something with him being out. He's a great player, but they've really gone to a power counter football. Not similar to what we were back in the day and what we'd like to be now, but they probably average 320 on the offensive line, and on the defensive line they're just as big. So it's certainly a challenge right now for our young guys. We need it. It's going to make us better before it's all over with. I told the guys, I told them Monday, I'm like, look, we're going to play 4 teams better than Bacon. And Bacon, and nothing against Bacon. Bacon's a fine football team, very much improved, but we've got to get better. Are you going to take it? So it'll be an opportunity for us to get on the field and get some experience and to play, and hopefully we'll play better. I'm not concerned about the scoreboard right now. Don't take that the wrong way. We always want to win, and that's where our ultimate goal is. But right now it's playing hard and getting experience, and we'll be fine if we do that. And we keep the human element out of it, keep the naysayers out of it, keep the negative voices out of their heads, and just focus on ourselves and try to improve.
And I know you don't like doing this, but let's look at just the schedule, look at what we've got coming. We've got Portal next week. They're going to come in 3-0 with a Florida signing. Jenkins County is ranked for the first time since 1999. They're going to come in 4-0. We're going to go over there 4-0. We had South Effingham. Bryan County's off to a 2-0 start. Metters.
Are you
we
trying
got
to
a
get
tough
in?
schedule. We've got a tough schedule.
No, it's tough. Like, last year we had some veterans at key spots. Our linebacker core was solid, and we had some seniors in the offensive line. We had a returning senior that we lost for the year in wrestling, during wrestling season.
Yeah.
So, we're young in some key spots. Up front on the offensive and defensive line, and at linebacker we're extremely young.
No seniors at any of those.
No, and we got some. I think we got some skill guys. It's just getting the pieces to working together. And a lot of those teams were young last year. They're what we're going to be next year and the year after and the year after. We just got to grow up. And you look at I in preseason you look at things. I mean, Westside returns the bulk of their team. I think they only had like 4 or 5 seniors last year that played, if that. Portal, 17, 18 seniors. James County, close to 20 seniors. Metter, 20-something seniors. I mean, it is what it is at this point. And what you want to do is get our guys being able to compete now against those veteran teams, and they'll be so much better all for in next year and the year after and the year after. And what we owe it to these seniors to give our best effort now, and to give them a successful season, whatever that may be. We've got goals that we talk about, and we've got goals that our kids know, but our main goal is just try to improve every day as people and as players and as students first. And hopefully we can keep building on things and get better. Our new weight facility that we'll give y'all a look at in a little bit is remarkable, and it's going to be, I can't wait to have an entire all season with our football players and the rest of our student athletes that don't play football. They're in there working too. So I think we're definitely on an uptick as a program. We're 100% solid footing. We just got to grow up.
And across the board, at least in the sports now, we don't have a lot of seniors. Just to throw it, there are no senior cheerleaders. There's 2 senior softball players. There's 1 senior cross country. We don't have in the fall sports. I hadn't looked at basketball or baseball or all those. We've got a void. Period.
Yeah, I think as a whole, I don't know if the COVID situation. I think this is one of the last classes I think that we're in high school back when we went through some of that, and I'm not sure what the effect was on it, but at this point, you just try to do the best you can. There's nobody. We'd love to have every guy out there in the school playing, but the ones we have out there are the ones that showed up this summer and worked and are committed to doing the right things to the best of their ability. They're going to make mistakes, but we've got to stand behind them. We've got to try to prepare them, and I've never been more excited, and for the present and the future. But definitely unbelievable what we've got coming in the works, and right now we just got to keep building it the right way and can't let negativity slip into their minds. And for most of my career here, anywhere we won, and that's the mentality that we want to have. But sometimes in life you don't win, and more than anything is how you bounce back from it.
Yes, indeed. And I'm Burton Kemp. I'm here with Coach Ron Duncan, Esky Roberts behind the camera, and we're going to go with Esky behind the camera and look inside this new weight facility.
But all this is new, and this whole area is kind of new. The locker room, of course, is new, kind of reconfigured. But all of this is different. This used to be the offices behind the basketball gym, and now it's a hallway. This area was kind of opened up. Wrestling room will be in there. Still got our meeting rooms. We've now got a place for our cheerleaders on campus, where they don't have to leave campus to practice. And this is our new weight facility here. We've got 12 state-of-the-art racks, same racks University of Georgia has. Still working on our air conditioning over there, but certainly proud of this facility. I mean, there's still some touching up to do, but this is it. We're certainly proud of it, and it's going to be very useful for all of our student athletes here at Screven County High School.